Hello, everyone. This unit lesson is over polynomials, combining polynomials. Um, some basic polynomials you need to be aware of is the monomial, and mon means one, like a monarch is one ruler. So monomial is a single polynomial. It could be a real number, like 6. It could even be, say, a letter, like C. Of course, we call letters variables. And you can even combine a number and a variable, and it's still a monomial. It's still one term. Basically, monomials, you're not going to see adding a plus or minus sign. I mean, you can still see a negative sign out front, but you're not going to see anything where it's like something plus something. It's just one term, either a variable, a number, or a variable and a number stuck together, like 6C. Number of terms is 1. There's one term. And in this case, they're looking at the 6 specifically. The 6 doesn't have a variable, so the degree is 0. Now, not all monomials will be degree 0. All right? But this particular one that I've highlighted, number 6, is a degree 0. But a monomial will always be one term. But you can have higher degrees. But for this specific example that I've highlighted, it's degree 0. Because there is no variable. All right. Then we come to binomial. Bi meaning 2, like a bicycle has 2 wheels. And here we see 10x plus 6 is our example. It's a polynomial with 2 terms, so the number of terms is 2. And in this specific case, let's see, there's an invisible 1 right here by the x. In this specific case, it's degree 1, whatever the highest power is. Now, not all binomials are degree 1. You can have different degrees. I'm just saying this specific example that I've highlighted. And then finally, trinomial has 3 terms. So here we see 1, 2, 3 terms. All right, so you would say it's a polynomial. Let me abbreviate polynomial. A poly with 3 terms. All right, a polynomial with 3 terms. So there has to be 3 terms. Of course, the degree can vary from trinomial to trinomial. They're not all the same, but this particular one, the highest power is 2. So what doesn't change is the number of terms, but the degree can change. All right, the degree can. All right. Standard form, it's going to be, when you're writing polynomials, you want to write it from the highest degree to the lowest degree. So if we were to rewrite, I think I hit the wrong button. Highest degree to lowest degree. Okay. So put that into practice. Highest degree goes first. So notice there's no negative in front of the 4. So he's positive 4y third. He's got the highest exponent. You can cross him out if that helps you with organization. Then the 3y2 doesn't have anybody to combine with. And there's a plus in front of him, so you write plus 3y2. And then there's a minus 8y. And then, let's see, so there goes the y's. And then you have the minus 10. All right, so 4 cubed plus 3y squared minus 8y minus 10. It is now in standard form. Going to the next one, obviously the third power is the highest. Nope, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. There is a fifth power hiding in there. So the highest power is actually the 5. It's got a negative in front of it. Negative 2 to the 5th. It doesn't have any like terms, any buddies. Next is plus 3x third. There's no x squared term. Next it would be the 7x, then the 2. All right, steps for combining polynomials. First, you've got to get rid of the parentheses via the distribution property. Then you combine like terms that have the same variable. The letters have to be the same, and the right numbers have to be the same. So have the same variable and also have the same exponent. So like x2 is only going to combine with other x2s. x3 is going to combine with x to the third will combine with another x to the third. And then you have to write it in standard form. So example 1, you look in front of these parentheses and do you see any negatives or any numbers other than 1? No, there's nothing of that sort in front of the parentheses, so you can just drop the parentheses. There's no negative or no number other than 1. You can just drop the parentheses. Okay, we've dropped the parentheses. Now we combine like terms. 4x to the second plus x to the second means you have 5x to the seconds. Now some students want to change the 2, but we're not multiplying or dividing, we're just adding. So if I have 4x squareds plus another x squared, I have 5x squareds. Think of it as collecting. You're just collecting your stuff. Okay. And it might also help you to cancel out as you go so you don't forget, oh, did I take care of that one or not? So crossing it out can be beneficial. Then you have x plus x. So x plus x. Well, that means you have 2 x's. And then negative 7 plus 4 is minus 3. And it's in standard form, highest to lowest. Doing it again, you look in front of the parentheses. The first one's good. You can just drop the parentheses. There's nothing of concern in front. But when you get here, you have this negative. Of course, there's invisible 1, but you're multiplying, you're distributing the negative throughout what's in the parentheses. So a negative times a positive x2 is a negative or minus x2. A negative times a negative 7x is a positive 7x. And then a negative times a positive is a negative. All right, negative 5x squared minus x squared. So in the calculator, you put negative 5 minus invisible 1. It gives you negative 6x squared. Cross him out, cross him out. Then you have x plus 7x, so that's 8x. And then finally you have 18 minus 5. No, excuse me, 8 minus 5 is positive 3. And notice how it's written in standard form.